Hello and welcome to this edition of the news. I'm Rukma with you. Let's begin by taking a look at the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Danish counterpart Mette Frederiksen to hold virtual bilateral summit today. MOU in field of intellectual property cooperation between India and Denmark to be signed on the occasion. President Ram Nath Kovind gives assent to 3 farm bills and Jammu and Kashmir Official Languages Bill 2020 recently passed by Parliament. Act makes Kashmiri, Dogri, Hindi, English and Urdu official languages of the Union Territory of J&K. Earlier only Urdu and English were official languages for the Union Territory. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar slams Congress party for misleading farmers, stating that Congress will never succeed with its double standards. Union Health Minister Dr. Vardhan launches ICMR's vaccine web portal and National Clinical Registry for COVID-19. ICMR history timeline depicting a 108-year journey of the cancer. Nation pays homage to revolutionary Shaheed Bhagat Singh on his 113th birth anniversary. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Ministers Amit Shah and Prakash Javadekar pay tribute. India has been recording higher number of recoveries than new cases for several consecutive days in the recent past. Number of recoveries in country have crossed 50 lakh mark with 82.58% recovery rate. Case fatality rate declines to 1.57%. Global coronavirus deaths cross 1 million mark. And now for our top story, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold a bilateral summit with his Danish counterpart Mette Frederiksen today. An MOU in the field of intellectual property cooperation between India and Denmark will be signed on the occasion. The virtual bilateral summit will give an opportunity to the two leaders to comprehensively review the broad framework of the bilateral relationship in the context of the time-tested friendly ties between the two countries and give broad political direction for a strengthened and deepened collaborative partnership on key issues of mutual interest. Another major outcome will be the joining of the International Solar Alliance by Denmark. Denmark had expressed its interest in joining the alliance at the earliest during the 3rd India-Danish Joint Commission meeting held in May. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar had co-chaired the meeting virtually with the Danish Foreign Minister Jeppe Kofod. Both sides have also agreed to work towards establishing a green strategic partnership which would focus on areas such as climate change, energy, circular economy, water, sustainable food and agriculture. There is a 400-year historical linkage between India and Denmark, and both countries have also celebrated 70 years of diplomatic relations. Both countries have already established close government-to-government cooperation in water, urban development and animal husbandry and dairy, as well as in renewable energy. A new 5-year India-Denmark energy partnership can be built on the existing strong cooperation. And President Ram Nath Kovind yesterday gave his assent to 3 farm bills recently passed by Parliament. The bills are Farmers' Produce, Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Bill 2020, the Farmers' Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Bill 2020, and the Essential Commodities Amendment Bill 2020. The Act aimed at transforming agriculture in the country and raising farmers' income, creates additional trading opportunities outside the APMC market yards to help farmers get remunerative prices due to additional competition. This will supplement the existing MSP procurement system, which is providing stable income to farmers. The Act will create an ecosystem where farmers and traders will enjoy freedom of choice of sale and purchase of agri-produce. It will open more choices for the farmer, reduce marketing costs for farmers and help them get better prices. The President also gave his assent to the Jammu and Kashmir Official Languages Bill 2020, recently passed by Parliament. The Act makes Kashmiri, Dogri, Hindi, English and Urdu official languages of the Union Territory of J&K. Earlier, only Urdu and English were the official language for the Union Territory. And now at this point, we take you live. Let's listen in to what Union Minister Mansukh Mandavia has to say on the dismantling of INS Viraat.
30 से 40 years, लेकिन 100 years तक जिन्होंने सेल किया हो ऐसी शिप वो इंडिया में बनी थी, बाद में वो अंग्रेज हुकूमत के पास थी, आज भी म्यूजियम के रूप में इंग्लैंड में उसको रखी गई है। इंडिया की मैरीटाइम हिस्ट्री है दोस्तों, इंडिया की विरासत है। अब हम शिप बिल्डिंग में भी हमारा जलवा चलता था, शिप बिल्डिंग सेक्टर में भी हम लीड करते थे, सेलिंग सेक्टर में भी हम लीड करते थे। दुनिया के साथ समुद्री मार्ग से हमारा बिजनेस चलता था। तब जाके आप आज कोई भी पैसिफिक आइलैंड कंट्री में जाओ या तो अफ्रीकन कंट्री में जाओ, वहां आपको ओरिजिनल इंडियन मिलेंगे जो उसका मूल इंडिया का हो, लेकिन सदियों पहले वो वहां बिजनेस और कारोबार की दृष्टि से बसे हुए। ये हमारा मैरीटाइम सेक्टर आजादी के बाद वो पीछे छूट गया, लेकिन पीछे छूटने के बाद मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में ये सेक्टर करवट बदल रहा है। दोस्तों, मैं भारत सरकार का शिपिंग मिनिस्टर होते हुए मुझे ज्ञात है हमारी विरासत। मुझे यह भी ख्याल है कि मोदी जी जब गुजरात में थे और उन्होंने कई इनिशिएटिव लिया था, क्या दोस्तों हम ऐसा नहीं कर सकते? हम हमारी विरासत के आधार पर दुनिया को नहीं दिखा सकते कि हम कितने सभ्य थे? दोस्तों, हमारी सभ्यता आज कितना भी साइंस कहां भी पहुंचा हो, जिसको हम साइंस के नाम से गौरव प्राप्त करते हैं, ये साइंस आज से 5000 साल पहले जब हमारी हड़प्पन सिविलाइजेशन, लोथल सिविलाइजेशन यहां बसती थी दोस्तों, अभी आज यहां धोलावीरा में तो कुछ बचा नहीं है। जब उत्खनन हुआ तो बहुत था कुछ, मैंने उसको फोटोग्राफ देखा है, लेकिन आप धोलावीरा में जाके देख सकते हो। आज हम वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग की बात करते हैं, 5000 साल पहले कितनी अच्छी वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग थी धोलावीरा में, हम देख सकते हैं। आज हम सिटी प्लानिंग की बात करते हैं, 5000 साल पहले सिटी प्लानिंग कैसी होती थी आप धोलावीरा में जाके देख सकते हो। इतना ही नहीं, 600 टेम्परेचर से आप लाइमस्टोन को हीट ट्रीटमेंट दो, थोड़ी सी फायर शेड करो तो सीमेंट बन जाती है, और हम कहते हैं कि उसकी आयुष्य 100 साल होती है। दोस्तों, धोलावीरा फोर्ट पर मड से प्लास्टर किया है, मड से किया हुआ प्लास्टर 5000 साल के बाद वैसा ही वैसा है। एक ज्ञान हमारा सिविलाइजेशन में था, हमारे पूर्वजों के पास एक ज्ञान विद्यमान था। मोदी जी ने डिसाइड किया कि क्या हम दुनिया को इस सभ्यता का दर्शन ना करें, क्या हम इस सभ्यता को फिर से उजागर ना करें? दोस्तों, भारत सरकार की ओर से भूपेंद्र सिंह जी के विधानसभा क्षेत्र में लोथल में हम एक हेरिटेज कॉम्प्लेक्स बनाने जा रहे हैं। हेरिटेज कॉम्प्लेक्स में क्या होगा दोस्तों, मैं ऐसा जो आज से 5000 साल पहला धोलावीरा था, ऐसा ही धोलावीरा हम वहां खड़ा करेंगे। ऐसा ही लोथल जो 5000 साल पहले था, ऐसा ही लोथल हम लोथल में खड़ा करेंगे। और ये लोथल में आप जाओ, एंट्री करो तो 5000 साल पुराना हो जाएंगे। 5000 साल पहले जो कपड़ा पहनते थे वही कपड़ा पहनना है इसमें, वो डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी से आपने पहने होंगे। 5000 साल पहले जो कॉइन का यूज होता था वही कॉइन आपको मिलेंगे, वही कॉइन लेके वहां घूमना है। और 5000 साल पहले जो ट्रेडर्स वहां ट्रेड करते थे वैसे ही ट्रेडर्स वैसी स्थिति में वहां ट्रेड करते होंगे। ऐसा एक नगर वहां खड़ा करके दुनिया को दिखाना है कि ये सभ्यता 5000 साल पहले हमारे यहाँ एक विरासत थी, दुनिया यहाँ आएगी। मोदी जी ने तय किया है कि आज से 5 साल में उसको तैयार करना है। सारी व्यवस्था बनने लगी है, थोड़े दिन में उसका शिलान्यास करना है। और ये लोथल की विजिट दुनिया के करेगी, तब जाके हिंदुस्तान की सभ्यता कितनी सिविलाइज्ड थी उस समय दुनिया को पता लगेगा। दोस्तों, आज इतने साल तक 30 इयर्स तक हमारी नेवी में सेवा देने के बाद INS विराट आज अपनी अंतिम सफर पर आया। लेकिन एक INS विराट दोस्तों शायद 11 लाख किलोमीटर का उन्होंने जर्नी किया, 11 लाख किलोमीटर।
Welcome back to studios. That was a live telecast from Alang in Gujarat. In a short while from now, India's iconic aircraft carrier INS Viraat will be no more. It will be dismantled, and it has a great history behind it, as Union Minister Mandavia was just telling us. And India too has had a long history and civilization of maritime greatness, which is being relived on this day. And it was stored a short while back to Alang on the Gulf of Khambhat, and very soon it will be no more. That's INS Viraat, one of the proudest Indian war aircraft carriers that India has had. Moving on now, Punjab Youth Congress workers staged a protest against farm laws near India Gate in Delhi. A tractor was also set ablaze. In the name of farmers, people are trying to spread anarchy. Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar slammed the Congress party for misleading farmers. Addressing the media, the Union Minister said that the opposition is politicizing the government's farm reform move. He added that the Congress is trying to create a wrong perception among farmers about government schemes, and that the Congress will never succeed with its double standards.
आज कांग्रेस ने देश को शर्मसार किया। आज तक जनता ने आंदोलन देखे, लेकिन ट्रक में से ट्रैक्टर लाकर वो इंडिया गेट के पास जलाना, ये कांग्रेस का नाटक है। इसकी हम भर्त्सना करते हैं। कांग्रेस आज बेनकाब हो गई। जिस तरह से किसान आंदोलन के नाम पर अपनी राजनीतिक रोटियां सेकने का काम कांग्रेस कर रही है, वो निंदनीय है।
And India's total recoveries have crossed the landmark milestone of 50 lakhs. The rise from 1 lakh in June 2020 has been steep. The last 10 lakh recoveries were added in just 11 days. Recovered cases have outpaced active cases by more than 5 times. The commendable feat has been achieved through enhanced medical infrastructure, implementation of standard treatment protocol, full dedication and commitment of doctors, paramedics and frontline workers. And let's now take a look at revised data on COVID-19 from across the nation. India's recovery rate has further improved to 82.58%. During the last 24 hours, 74,893 patients have recovered and been discharged. The Health Ministry has said the total number of recoveries has reached 50,16,520. The constantly increasing recoveries have ensured that the actual caseload of the country has reduced and currently comprises only 15.85% of the total positive cases. The number of active cases at present stands at 9,62,640. According to data of the Indian Council of Medical Research, a total of 7,19,67,230 samples for detecting COVID-19 infections have been tested so far. Of these, 7,09,394 COVID samples were tested in a single day. Union Health Minister Dr. Vardhan today inaugurated the vaccine portal for COVID-19 to create awareness among the masses. The portal will disseminate vaccine-related information regarding Indian efforts towards vaccine development against COVID-19. Currently, 3 vaccines are undergoing clinical trials in India for COVID-19. Initially, the ICMR vaccine portal will only reflect information on COVID-19 vaccines. However, with time, the web portal will be strengthened with data available for all vaccines used to prevent various diseases. Union Health Minister also launched the ICMR history timeline depicting the 108-year journey of the Council, which displays key milestones and captures policy and program interventions by ICMR.
I strongly believe that if we can take care of 2 issues in the country, right nutrition for the people and right lifestyle habits about physical activity and all, we can actually take care of the major part of the health. And of course, then aided by many other factors like good quality water, good quality sanitation, good quality air, environment. A strategy has to be planned whereby we can actually ensure that whatever good work has been done and whatever the outcomes of that research are, they are in some manner or the other, by making a good quality public health movement, we are able to ensure that they are delivered to the common people of India.
And the nation today pays homage to revolutionary freedom fighter Bhagat Singh on his 113th birth anniversary. It was on this day in 1907 that Shaheed Bhagat Singh was born in Banga village of Lyalpur district of undivided Punjab province. The young freedom fighter dedicated his entire life to the country. On his birth anniversary, we recall the brave soul and his inspiring and enriching story.
Shaheed Bhagat Singh is the legend who paved the way for India's freedom with his aggressive nationalism. It was Bhagat Singh who instilled a new hope in the hearts of freedom fighters. Born in undivided Punjab's Lyalpur district on the 28th of September 1907, Bhagat Singh was inspired by his father Kishan Singh and uncle Ajit Singh. The 1919 Jallianwala Bagh massacre had a deep impact on his mind and he decided to fight against the British rule. He started the Naujawan Bharat Sabha as a movement for freedom and to prepare young men who wanted to serve the nation. Bhagat Singh, along with Rajguru and Sukhdev, made a plan to kill Lahore's police chief to revenge Lala Lajpat Rai's death. But they could only take hold of Sanders. They threw bombs and pamphlets in the Central Assembly in Delhi in 1929 and courted arrest. British rulers sued Bhagat Singh on charges of revolting against them and sentenced him to death. Bhagat Singh was hanged along with Rajguru and Sukhdev, but his going for kill instinct still motivates young generation of the country. Bureau Report, DD News.
Vice President Venkaiah Naidu paid tribute to Shaheed Bhagat Singh in a tweet. He said, remembering the brave son of Mother India and revolutionary freedom fighter Shaheed Bhagat Singh on his birth anniversary today. His courage, sacrifice and love for the motherland continues to inspire every Indian. The Vice President also shared a famous quote of Shaheed Bhagat Singh, which says, "They may kill me, but they cannot kill my ideas. They can crush my body. They will not be able to crush my spirit." Prime Minister Narendra Modi too paid tributes to Shaheed Bhagat Singh. In a tweet, he said, "The saga of valor will continue to inspire people of India for ages." During the 16th episode of radio program Mann Ki Baat 2, Prime Minister Modi paid homage to freedom fighter Bhagat Singh. He said, apart from being courageous, Bhagat Singh also understood the importance of teamwork. Moving on, Union Home Minister Amit Shah remembered Shaheed Bhagat Singh. In a tweet, he said, Amit Shah said, and I quote, I express my gratitude to Shaheed Bhagat Singh, who gave new direction to the freedom struggle through his revolutionary ideas, supreme sacrifice, and awakened the resolve of independence among the youth of the country. The nation fondly remembers him. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar also paid homage to Amar Shaheed Bhagat Singh. He tweeted, Shaheed-e-Azam Bhagat Singh was a great revolutionary. And let's now take a look at updates on COVID-19 from across the world. The death toll across the world has surpassed the 10 lakh mark. As per latest updates, 10,02,137 fatalities worldwide have occurred due to COVID, while over 3 crore 32 lakh cases have been reported. As many as 2 crore 46 lakh people have recovered from the virus across the globe so far. The United States continues to top the list, being the worst hit country by the pandemic so far, with the highest number of COVID-19 deaths, over 73 lakh to 20,000 cases reported in the US, while 2,09,000 people have lost their lives due to the disease. In terms of death toll, Brazil stands second with over 1,41,000 deaths and more than 47,32,000 cases of COVID. The Brazilian city of Manaus has closed its bars and river beaches to contain a fresh surge of the virus. Local authorities on Friday enforced a 30-day ban on parties and other gatherings and restricted restaurant and shopping hours. The city had never imposed a full lockdown. Non-essential businesses were closed, but many simply ignored social distancing guidelines. Authorities warned residents they were ignoring the virus and risked a second wave of contagion by not wearing masks, packing into bars and attending parties. In Spain, the Liceu Theatre in Barcelona launched its new opera season over the weekend with COVID safety protocols to control the spread of the virus. People wearing face masks entered the famous Catalan theatre while social distancing and disinfecting their hands. A thermal camera was also installed as part of the new safety protocols. Inside the theatre, some seats were kept empty to ensure members of the audience were safely distanced. Spaniards endured one of Europe's strictest lockdowns from March until May, when they were not allowed to leave their homes. But after restrictions were totally lifted on June 21st, the pandemic has surged again. At present, over 7,35,000 people are infected, while over 31,000 have died across the country. In Mexico, distance learning imposed by the pandemic has represented a challenge for authorities and educational institutions, but also for students. Many do not have a computer at home or have to share it with other members of the family. To resolve this, a group of Mexican students have opened a Facebook page, Laptops Con Causa, aimed for people to donate laptops. So far, they have been able to deliver 70 computers and have 300 potential donors to continue distributing laptops. And a recent apparent rise in the number of children infected with corona in Iran has been worrying parents as the country prepares to impose new restrictions amid a surge in cases. Due to the rising number of cases, children are also getting infected. However, doctors say most children were making full recoveries. Despite concerns over the increased spread of novel coronavirus, schools in Iran reopened after a gap of 7 months. However, some parents have chosen not to send their children to school due to concerns they may infect other family members. Meanwhile, Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has authorized the country's provinces to impose lockdowns wherever necessary to stem a rapid rise in coronavirus cases. Over 25,000 people have died due to COVID here, while nearly 4,50,000 have been infected so far. Argentina's coronavirus infections have crossed the 7 lakh mark despite 7 months of lockdown. Argentina, which was already in the grips of a devastating economic crisis, was among the first countries in Latin America to implement a strict quarantine. But a gradual loosening over time and the spread of cases from the capital to the provinces has seen cases skyrocket. Over 15,000 people have lost their lives so far, while the number of infected has reached over 7,11,000. And with that, we wind up this edition of the news. News and updates continue on DD News and DD India. Namaskar.